All right. Well, the Supreme Court has put on a stay High Court's decision to grant bail to convict in the 2019 Unnao rape case Kuldeep Singh Sengar. Ever since the Supreme Court's decision, Sengar's daughter has penned open letters and presented her defense in this matter. We have been speaking to the Unnao victim who has been fighting this case for 7 years now. Let's now speak to Kuldeep Sengar's daughter, Aishwarya Sengar, to understand her defense in the matter. Aishwarya, appreciate you joining us. The first question, the Supreme Court has convicted your father based on strong witness testimonies and statements about 7 years ago. Why have you waited all this time to defend him, and what is this defense?
Supreme Court has not convicted my father. In fact, it was the trial court, and we have gone into appeal to the High Court. My appeal is still pending. It was the suspension of sentence application which was heard after 8 long years, after so many adjournments, and it was really difficult for us because the other side was not cooperating. They did not want the application to be heard at this stage also. So after 8 long years, my father's suspension of sentence application was heard, and that too in a lot of detail. It took around 7-8 months for the suspension application to be heard. And we, if you have read the 53-page order, we have discussed all the facts of the case. In fact, be it POXO, be it my father's CDR that he was not present there, be it the complainant's phone that she was also talking on the phone, her change in stance, she has changed the timing thrice, she has made several improvements, how she has already filed a gang rape case against 3 different boys in which my father's name was not included. So all of that has been dealt with in the judgment also. It's a 53-page long judgment, and I would like everybody to give that a read. And the reason that I speak out after 7 years is because I'm very grateful to the Honorable Supreme Court, because of late we've seen judgments where they have categorically stated that media trial won't affect the case, the merits of the case, and I feel really empowered by that even my merits and the merits of my case will be looked into. And after 7 long years, there's still this media trial that's going on against me and my family. And it was really important that people know the other side of it also, because the timeline, the distorted version of the timeline that's being presented in front of the viewers and everybody who's watching is.
So are you saying that a woman who went to the CM's office and set herself on fire after her father died in custody is basically lying? I'm not calling anybody a liar. I'm just stating my facts and the things that actually transpired, the series, the way in which it transpired. First of all, I would like to say that my father was not even in Delhi when all of this happened, and the father of the complainant actually had a fight with 3 different men from the same village. They've all agreed to it that yes, they fought with him. Both the sides are history sheeters. Her father and uncle both are history sheeters. They have almost 17-18 cases on them, both of them. So there was a fight in the village, and my father's name was nowhere involved in the initial FIR that was registered. Her father was absolutely fit to be discharged on the 4th. There's a report, there's an AIMS medical report also that corroborates that he was actually fit to be discharged on the 4th. But I don't know what happens. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 8th she comes, and there's in front of a lot of media she says that she's going to attempt this immolation. And after that, the father dies. So a man who was fit for 6-7 days, what actually happened in the jail is something that needs to be investigated further, because as we can see from the MLC and everything also, there were more injury marks and everything. And my father's name was dragged in later just to make all of this political. His name was not present in the initial FIR. In fact, the CBI also didn't charge sheet us for the murder of the father. Well, there is a lot of evidence of cover-ups with delay in FIRs, including deaths of some witnesses. So why is the court wrong in ordering that your father is a man in a position of power?
First of all, this accusation against my father that there was this delay in FIR is absolutely wrong. I would like to tell you that the complainant in this case, her family lodges a complaint on 4th of June 2017 that she is gone missing. The police, they go to the police on the 20th. She is brought back on the 21st, wherein she says one Shashi Singh and her daughter, they called me on the pretext of providing me a job, and wherein I was raped by 3 different men, one of them being Shashi Singh's son. So my father's name was nowhere included in that FIR. In fact, she has gone in front of the judicial magistrate also. Her 164 statement, CRPC statement was also recorded in front of the magistrate. She's also given a media interview after that, wherein she says nothing against my father. So the date of incident that she is referring to here is 11th of June. In fact, after 3.5 months, when they talk about including the name of my father, wherein she writes a letter to the CM of Uttar Pradesh, and the allegations, rest of the allegations are same, that Shashi Singh called me on 11th of June and so and so, and the last 4 lines is iske pehle 4 June ko bhi. So before this, on 4th of June, Kuldeep Singh Sengar also committed rape, and Shashi Singh was the one who took me on the pretext of providing me a job. So anybody can see this goes against the natural course of conduct also, that if a woman took you on 4th of June for providing a job, why would you go again with her on 11th of June? And if on 11th of June you are giving your statement in front of the judicial magistrate, why would you not mention anything regarding 4th of June? So all of this was delayed planning. In fact, in this complaint, we can see this time given is 2 o'clock, and which later she goes on to change to 6 and then to 8 and so forth.
So are we saying that the allegations of a woman who has filed a complaint of rape, her father has been killed along with 2 aunts, should not be taken on prima facie value?
That is what's being done so far because of the distorted timeline that's been presented. First of all, I would really like to mention that the truck accident case, where my father has been discharged in that case, a team of CBI, expert team of IIT Delhi, CSFL have all gone on the site and they have conducted their investigation, holding it to be a natural accident. In fact, this claim of truck ramming into the car is so wrong, because if you read the report, if you read the actual discharge order of my father, you can see it was the car that rammed into the rear side of the truck. But having said that, my father has been discharged in that case, and there's no other allegation against my father. All of this that was spread in the media, all of these lies that were spread in the media are just lies. They have nothing to do with facts. And the only case that against my father of anybody dying was that of the truck accident, and he has been discharged in that.
And what is your stance on the Supreme Court's swift intervention to stay your father's bail?
I respect the judiciary. In fact, when my father was convicted by the trial court 8 years ago, keeping everything aside, every proof that we had solely on the basis of the testimony, we welcomed it then also. It was a 8 years long struggle for us to get this suspension of sentence application decided, and we trust the judiciary now also that if we are allowed to present everything that is on record without a bias, I am sure the verdict will be in our favor.
All right. How do you view the Supreme Court's concerns regarding the survivor's safety if your father were to be released?
I would like to make this very clear. There is no safety concern with concerns with the release of my father. This is all created by the media. My father has never done anything. There's no evidence on record that he's ever gone ahead and done anything wrong, or while he was inside jail, anything wrong has happened because of him. We are a family of 4, me, my younger sister, my mother and my father. And I take full responsibility in saying there was no proof, no evidence of anything of this sort happening. Nothing has happened so far, nothing will ever happen,
because we stand on the path of truth. So far, so forth, we haven't spoken only because we thought that we did not need to face the media. But after we saw that it's a 8 years long media trial, and just because one side hasn't spoken as of yet, they're just running the version given by one side. So it was very important for me to also tell you that all of this that is being spoken in the media are not.
And why do you feel that the AIMS report has not yet been enough to satisfy the Supreme Court's requirements for his release?
The AIMS report, I think what you're talking about is the age report. I would also like to blame the CBI a little bit here. I don't know what sort of pressure they were under, because they are the ones who got because there were several different date of births of the complainant present. In fact, she had given a forged certificate so that a case under POCSO is registered against my father, and it is on record that it's a forged certificate. So there were multiple date of births, after which the CBI itself decided to conduct a bone ossification test. UMC Unnao held her to be 19.5, RML Lucknow 18, and AIMS Delhi more than 18 on the date of the alleged incident. And but despite all of that, having all of that, the CBI still chose to file a charge sheet under POCSO. So I'm sure when the Supreme Court looks at all of this, it will understand, and my appeal is still pending. We have a chance before the High Court also to present all our facts. And appeal, as everybody knows, is an extension of the trial. So I'm sure everything that was overlooked will be looked into at this.
Right, and you know, if your father were to be released, would that not create a trust deficit for women who are seeking justice through courts?
When I sit in front of all of you, I don't just speak as a daughter, I also take full responsibility, and I speak as a woman. I know when we talk of crimes like rape, such heinous crimes, it's very difficult to have a discussion around it. But I'm sure within all our conscience we believe that nobody should be punished for what they have not done. If a man is innocent, if he has not committed that crime, he should not be punished for it. So I urge all of you to go through all of these evidences and see it for yourself that my father has not done this. And I take full responsibility as a woman when I say all of this, that this is the truth, this is all in papers. Please go through all of this and then decide it for yourself, that a family that's been suffering for 8 years, is it fair to us to not give us even a chance to speak?
All right, appreciate you speaking with us, and thank you so much for your candor and your straightforward responses. We take a short break now. We'll be right back.
जब